Imagine walking down a quiet street at night, holding your daughter's small hand, when suddenly life throws you into a moment that could change not just your future, but the lives of strangers you've never met. That's exactly what happened to James, a single dad, a war veteran who carried the scars of his service not just on his body, but in his heart. He was the kind of man who believed in duty, in doing the right thing even when no one was watching. And that belief was tested in the most unexpected way. Before we begin, I want you to stay with me until the end of this story, because what unfolds will surprise you, and maybe even inspire you. And if it does, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, so stories like this keep reaching more hearts like yours. James had been raising his daughter, Lily, alone since his wife passed away years ago. She was just 9 years old, full of compassion and innocence. Every evening, they would walk home together after his shift at a repair shop. Money was tight, but James never let Lily feel that she was missing anything. To her, the world was safe as long as her father was by her side. But safety, that night, would be tested. As they turned onto a dimly lit street, they saw her. A young woman, covered in tattoos, sitting on the curb, tears streaming down her face. She looked broken, exhausted, and frightened. Her hands trembled as she clutched her backpack. 3 men, tall and aggressive, circled around her, taunting her, laughing at her pain. James felt his instincts flare, the same instincts that once kept him alive in combat zones. "Daddy," Lily whispered, tugging his sleeve, her little eyes wide with fear and compassion. "Daddy, can we help her?" Those words pierced James deeper than any bullet ever could. He looked at his daughter. This was not just about protecting a stranger, it was about showing Lily what kind of man he was, what kind of person she should grow up to be. Without hesitation, James stepped forward. "Hey!" His voice cut through the night like steel. The men turned, their faces twisting into sneers. They weren't expecting anyone to interfere. James positioned himself between them and the girl, his stance firm, protective. "Leave her alone." The tallest of them scoffed. "Or what, old man? You think you can stop us?" James didn't flinch. Years of discipline steadied his heartbeat. "I don't think. I know." His tone carried the weight of someone who had faced death before, and survived. The men exchanged glances, mocking laughter breaking the tension, but they could sense something dangerous about him. James shifted his weight, his eyes locked on them. It wasn't bravado, it was a silent warning from a man who knew how to fight, who would fight if he had to. Finally, muttering curses, they backed off, disappearing into the shadows. The girl, still trembling, looked up at James with wide, tear-stained eyes. Thank you so much," she whispered, her voice cracking. James crouched to her level, his voice gentle. "You're safe now. But let's get you somewhere better than this street." He walked her and Lily home. Over warm tea in their tiny kitchen, the girl introduced herself as Ava. Her tattoos told stories of her past, some were about pain, others about survival. She had been running from an abusive relationship, with nowhere to go. She had no family, no safety net. James and Lily listened quietly, offering not judgment, but compassion. For one night, they gave her shelter, warmth, and kindness she hadn't felt in years. By morning, Ava left, promising she'd never forget what they did. James didn't expect to see her again. For him, it was simple: you help when you can, and you move forward. But fate had other plans. The very next day, James and Lily heard commotion outside their modest home. Lily peeked through the window and gasped. A fleet of black limousines lined the street, their polished frames gleaming under the sun. Men in suits stepped out, scanning the neighborhood until their eyes fell on James's front door. James felt his chest tighten. "What on earth?" he muttered. Then, from the first limousine, Ava emerged, except this time, she was not the broken girl from the night before. She was dressed elegantly, her posture strong, her eyes clear. James and Lily stood frozen as she approached with a soft smile. "James," she said, her voice steady, "I wasn't completely honest with you. I needed to know if there was still kindness in this world, if strangers would help someone without expecting anything in return. You showed me that. What you don't know is that I come from a very wealthy family. I walked away from it all to find myself, but last night, you reminded me of what really matters. Compassion, integrity, courage." Behind her, men began unloading large packages and envelopes. One by one, they carried them into James's front yard. Scholarships for Lily's education, financial support for James's household, even an offer for him to work in a position that valued his skills as a veteran. Lily's little hands clapped with joy as she ran into her father's arms. James stood in stunned silence, humbled by the turn of fate. He hadn't helped Ava for reward or recognition, he had simply done what was right. And yet, life had rewarded him in a way he could never have imagined. That night, as James tucked Lily into bed, she whispered, "Daddy, I'm proud of you." His eyes welled with tears, because in the end, that was the greatest reward of all. And so, dear viewers, this story isn't just about a veteran, a tattooed girl, or a fleet of limousines. It's about the power of compassion, the courage to act when others stay silent, and the truth that kindness has a way of circling back to us when we least expect it. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that even small actions can change lives, then please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because the world needs more reminders that goodness still exists, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to make a difference.